Man, someone is really a fan of the Ridley Scott Alien films and H.R. Geiger. In all seriousness, though, look at this beautiful sci-fi wonderland that represents Brian Tighe designs. All of the crazy attention to detail, amazing polished blade featuring my big O 8 head, proprietary hardware that I'm not sure how I feel about the Iron Cross, a lanyard hole that only slightly disrupts the overall flow of the design, and just overall a beautiful and unique piece. But anyways, how are you doing today, folks? As always, want to give a quick shout out to all of the new subscribers and also say we're going to be doing the $1,000 giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, so definitely stay tuned for that. Also, look at this pretty bitch. This is beautiful. But I can't fucking sing, but I can for sure talk about this knife. Now, I spoke briefly about the overall design of this piece, but look at this crazy, hyper aggressive, super stylized Tanto. I'm not even really a fan of Tanto blades, man, but this thing is just so unique and out there that I really cannot help but somehow love this thing. Brian Tighe works almost exclusively in CPM 154 steel as well as 154 CM steel. And those two steels have been getting a lot of shit lately. So I want to just kind of put this whole thing to bed right now. I actually use my knives. My knives do not sit in a safe. My knives get used, abused, beat on, and either never sold or sold for a tremendous loss because they're very much used. And as a user, I'm telling you right now, 154 CM and CPM 154 are great steels. Let's put that whole thing to bed right now. The heat treat on them matters more than the steel itself, and if the heat treat is spot on, then it's a fantastic piece and it performs fantastically. So to be clear, this knife definitely performs. Exactly what the heat treat is, Rockwell, etc., 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 I have no idea. I'm just an internet knife reviewer. I'm not a metallurgist. But I know that I really enjoy the steel and it makes me happy inside. But onto the actual knife itself. And the knife itself is pretty and functional. And ooh, it feels good in hand, except for one spot that's not going to affect you, but damn, it affects me. Now, I have size 2XL hands, and my size 2XL hands make my pinky fall straight on this piece right here. Most folks don't have my size of hand, so this will fit perfectly in hand, and to be clear, the otherwise ergonomics of this piece are fantastic. But the design of this knife, because of how it has this whole handle shaped, does not work well for me at all. But if I leave my pinky off and just kind of hold it like this, it's really comfortable. But Brian Tighe, being the great designer he is, took that into account and gave basically a finger choil. It's more a flipper tab, but I can hold it like this now, and again, I am good to go. Now, as far as the actual scales themselves, this is milled out of titanium. Look at that beautiful, again, sci-fi-esque wave pattern. It's very interesting. You also do have the proprietary hardware, which again, you can just take this off with the regular Torx, but this piece right here, you cannot. This needs the actual proprietary tool. So definitely interesting, definitely a very unique piece, but it might be a pro or con to some folks. Me personally, I like proprietary hardware, but the Iron Cross has a long and sordid history. I understand it's not just about Nazi Germany. It also has a whole bunch of other different influences, including the biker nationalist movement and some other stuff like that. But for me personally, it's just kind of a gray area that I don't like to tread into. I'm not an expert on it, so I don't really want to speak on it too much. But I'm not a huge fan of that, and I wish there was an option for just regular hardware. Also, speaking of proprietary hardware, as you can see right here, this is very clearly milled. It looks very clean as such, and this has very clearly been stamped. And as such, looks kind of like die-cast metal. Now, this is an expensive knife, so to have that little piece there, which just, again, it's very much a nitpick. But for what the price tag is on these pieces, it should just be better. Again, the milling here is spot on. Right here, it's stamped. And you can tell, and the quality looks noticeably different as such. Alright, so I spoke about blade, spoke about scales, on to the actual action of the knife. Your primary method of deployment is going to be the flipper tab, which is very functional. This is also a button lock, so you just press that button and it drops down into the handle. No issues at all. You also have thumb studs to roll the knife out. To spidey flick, just do a standard flick. Basically, if you like to fidget with your knives, the Brian Tighe designs pretty much anything is going to be up your alley, but the tiebreaker, tie fighter, stuff of this nature is going to be perfect for you because it's very much a fidget friendly piece. This knife isn't just a looker, it's also a worker. And yes, folks, I am cutting with a roughly $1,000 knife with the mirror polish, and I did just slap my table. I am an idiot, but I have fun. So, there was a whole bunch of random facts and hopefully entertaining content. Now, the time has come to tell you who this knife is for. And in order to do that, we have a little bit of a recap. We have beautiful scales and majority milled out proprietary hardware, besides that stamped abomination. A clip with a little bit extra on it, but is definitely functional. A beautiful mirror polished and newly scuffed blade with a hyper-aggressive Tanto edge. Multiple methods of deployment and some damn solid action, as well as a button lock, which is always interesting. Also, you can just do that if you want to. Not sure why you would, but you could, and that's what matters. Very solid edge geometry, as evidenced by this nice fat chunk out of my table. And just an overall very stylish piece that screams custom and even comes autographed. Oh, fancy. And even though it's a bigger knife, it's very, very thin, and as such is very thin in pocket and wonderfully acceptable to carry. A very EDC-able size and weight, as despite the glare that makes it look like a 9, this knife with a 4-inch blade is 4.7 ounces. So very, very solid because of all that crazy milling and hyper stylized brine texture fun. All of that overall leads to a piece that is unique, interesting, fun, functional, and is just a breath of fresh air. I've been in the knife game for quite a long time. I've also been buying customs for quite a long time, and most of them, not all to be very clear, most of them have a pretty similar aesthetic. And Brian Tighe very much is all about stepping out of the box, and whenever you see a knife that looks like this, you immediately know it's Brian Tighe. So in the end, who is the Brian Tighe for? The Brian Tighe, let's be honest here folks, is for bougie fucks. Apparently I'm a bougie fuck because I love this hyper extra weird ass knife, and if you like it too, I'm sorry brother or sister, I hate to report to you, but you are a bougie fuck, and we are bougie fucks together. Anyways, that was a whole lot of swearing for this little last video, but as always, I love you all, and here is the final score of the Brian Tighe knives. This knife is going to get a 9 out of 10. It is overall a fantastic piece that I really do like. It does definitely have problems. This stamping piece upsets me so much down to my little ginger soul. Again, not a huge fan of the Iron Cross, though on a different note, this clip carries wonderfully in pocket. Thanks to the magic of editing, I opened this box and then we fast forwarded all the way to the distant future of 1 month later, and I still love this knife. And again, 9 out of 10. Overall, a fantastic piece. Does have problems, does have nitpicks for sure, but are they deal breakers? No, it's a great knife. If you can afford it, go out and get it and embrace your bougie nature. As always, folks, I love you all from the bottom of my little ginger hole. Excuse me, but whoa. I think I just said hole by accident. Well, I'm going to keep this in, try to make you all laugh, but that got awkward really, really quick. So anyways, I love you all from, I don't know. I love you all just in general. Please have a fantastic day, morning, noon, or night, whatever you are doing. Please have a fantastic one. I appreciate you all. Have a great day, and bye.